Scenario-based microlearning is an effective way to help learners apply new knowledge and skills in a realistic context. By creating relatable scenarios and challenges, you can engage learners and help them to develop the skills they need to be successful in their work. But how do you script a scenario-based microlearning example? Here are some key steps and best practices to follow. Start with why. As with any microlearning example, it's important to start with why. Identify the learning objectives and the problem or challenge that the scenario will help learners to address. This may involve framing the content in terms of real-world challenges or problems that the learner may face, or emphasizing the benefits of mastering the content. For example, imagine you're creating a scenario-based microlearning example to help new sales reps learn how to handle objections from customers. The learning objective is to help learners develop the skills they need to handle objections in a confident and effective manner. Problem or challenge is that many new sales reps struggle with objections and may lose sales as a result. Create a relatable scenario. Once you've identified why the content matters to the learner, the next step is to create a relatable scenario. The scenario should be realistic and relevant to the learner's work and should involve a challenge or problem that the learner may face. For example, in the sales rep example, you might want to create a scenario where a customer is interested in purchasing a product, but has some concerns and objections. The scenario should be relatable and engaging, with a clear narrative structure and characters that learners can connect with. Identify the decision points. In a scenario-based microlearning example, learners should be presented with decision points where they can apply the content and practice their skills. Identify the decision points in the scenario and create clear and realistic options for learners to choose from. For example, in the sales rep example, the decision points might involve selecting the most effective response to a customer objection, such as offering a solution or addressing the customer's concerns. Use feedback and reinforcement. In a scenario-based microlearning example, feedback and reinforcement are key components of effective learning. Provide feedback on the learner's choices and reinforce the correct responses to help learners build their skills and confidence. For example, in the sales rep example, feedback might involve providing an explanation of why a certain response was effective or ineffective, and reinforcing the correct response with additional information or resources. Incorporate multimedia elements. To make your scenario-based microlearning example more engaging and effective, consider incorporating multimedia elements, such as images, video, or audio. These elements can help to create a more immersive and interactive learning experience, and can help to reinforce key concepts and skills. For example, in the sales rep example, you might include images of the product being sold, a video of a successful sales rep handling objection, or audio of a customer expressing concerns. Scripting a scenario-based microlearning example requires careful planning and attention to detail. By starting with why, creating a relatable scenario, identifying decision points, using feedback and reinforcement, and incorporating multimedia elements, you can create an engaging and effective learning experience that helps learners to develop the skills they need to succeed.
If you want to continue learning about microlearning best practices, be sure to subscribe to our channel, the Microlearning Lab by Ninjatropic. We'll keep sharing the latest tips, tricks, and techniques to help you get the most out of your training programs.